What's new in Windows 10? I've been using Windows 10 now since it came out, so I'm pretty excited now to kind of show you what's new and like the tips and tricks on using it. So the big thing that's new is the Start menu. It's back. It has the old familiarity of Windows 7 and a new look and functionality of the Windows 8. So here is a screenshot of the Start menu. You can see that everything is sort of listed like it was here in Windows 7. And we have the tiles here like the Metro UI that's in Windows 8, which is pretty cool. You can sort of change the size, turn live tiles on and off. I'll show you that in the demo. Cortana is new. She's your own digital assistant to help get things done. She is voice activated, so if you do have a microphone, you can sort of just search things by speaking to. It's kind of like Siri, and if you have Galaxy, or a Samsung phone, it's like Galaxy. So yeah, you can just search or she also kind of, if you have a Microsoft account, you can sign into that and she can kind of suggest things, and if you have meetings or anything on your calendar, she can remind you. So it's kind of a cool way to keep productive and sort of hands-free if you're busy. The new browser, Microsoft Edge, it's the new default browser. If you do search anything with Cortana, it'll open up with Microsoft Edge. It's a really nice sort of streamlined, clean browser. There is a nice reading view. If you do like read an article like from a news site, you can switch to reading view and all you pretty much see is the article, no ads or anything like that. If you have a tablet, you can write on the web. So that's kind of cool if you take notes or anything like that. The Action Center has been updated. Before, I have a screenshot here of what it looks like in Windows 7, sort of like the annoying flag that would pop up and tell you need to do things. Now it's sort of turned into like a notification hub, and like it also has quick actions, so you can kind of go to all settings, or if you have OneNote that you use, you can just click on that to launch it. The notifications show up in this little message icon. It would turn white to show you that you have notifications. Virtual Desktop is a new thing. If you use Alt-Tab to kind of switch between windows, they've kind of changed that. It's sort of like a launch pad sort of thing that they have now. You click on the Task View button on the taskbar. I'll show you where that is a little bit later. And you would get this screen of all the windows you have open. And there are separate desktops that you can create based on what you're doing, so it's kind of a nice way to be organized and sort of efficient with what you're working on. File Explorer is new. There's a new feature to it, quick access. So you kind of can pin down which folders you use frequently to kind of organize and find things a little bit better. So you can do that right here as long as in this pane over here. And you also have recent files, sort of like a browser history, which is cool. So if you kind of accidentally close something or need to reopen it, you can just go into your recent files and reopen it. Store apps and Windows 8, they brought in store apps and they were full screen. Now in Windows 10, they're no longer full screen. So you can kind of be also kind of going with the whole being more productive. You can sort of minimize it and, you know, multitask, and it's kind of nice. So, and also Solitaire has returned, so that's nice too because they didn't have it in Windows 8. The Windows Update has changed in Windows 10. It's no longer in the control panel. You do have to go into the settings menu. So the settings menu is kind of nice for people that are weary of using the control panel. You kind of have a hub for everything that you need to kind of function with your PC. Anything that you need to change, you can just go here. I'll show you how to get there in the demo. But yeah, you can get to your Windows updates right here. The nice thing about Windows 10 updates is that you can schedule when you want to restart your computer. So one-time like restart. So if you install something and want to have it restart after you leave, you can do that. So that's kind of nice. So now let me do a demo and kind of show you how Windows 10 looks on my laptop. Alright, so I switched to my screen. Let me minimize the slides. Oops. Escape out of that. So here's my desktop here in Windows 10. Let's go ahead and go to the Start menu. So you have sort of all your applications here that you can browse and open. You have the Metro style tiles that some are on, and depending on the application, some of them have live tiles, some of them don't. You can go to your tiles and sort of resize them, turn them off, or if you want to pin it to your taskbar. Cortana is right here in the search bar, so I can, if I wanted to sort of, oh, I had her set up, but yeah, usually you can set it up and I have turned it off. I did turn her off. Okay, so yeah, she knows my name, so I set her up, and can kind of search for things here. So if you search for things, you have options of searching the app, or you can search the store, you can search the web. So that's kind of nice. And if you do, open up and search the web, you can open up weather right here and see it. If you wanted to sort of read a news article, like I said, with the Windows Edge or Microsoft Edge, and you want to go into this reading view, you sort of wait till it loads, and you have a nice sort of streamlined, clean way of reading an article without anything interrupting you. Let's take a look at the Action Center. So to access the Action Center here, you would just click on this icon right here, and you can see I don't have any notifications right now, but if you had any emails that you had or you got, they would show up there sort of like on your phone. So it's kind of nice that there's more of like a phone functionality with Windows 10. Sort of you have all the settings, and if you wanted to change your Wi-Fi, all of it's there. You can change it to quiet hours so it doesn't interrupt you while you're at work. Let's see. Virtual desktops. So this is the task view button that you would click here to kind of open up the different windows that you have. And you can add a new desktop and organize sort of what's in each desktop. Switch back to the desktop. File Explorer. So I showed you kind of like the quick access. You can unpin and pin things here, change things around so you can just be a little bit more efficient when you're looking for things and working. Store apps. So this is the Windows Store. You can search for stores kind of like on your phone. Sorry if you don't see that. So you can browse for apps. There's all different kinds of apps for business. Some companies can publish apps, so that's kind of nice. Or you can just do entertainment apps. So there's a different variety of apps for productivity and sort of against productivity. Let's see. Windows Updates and Settings menu. So to get to the Settings menu, you can go either here from the Start menu and go to Settings, or through the Action Center to All Settings. And this is kind of like the streamlined view of Control Panel so that you can work on your computer and change anything if you need to. It's really nice to have everything here. So for Windows Updates, you'd go to Update and Security and check for updates, and I've updated my computer, so I don't think I can schedule anything or show you really how to schedule, but you can kind of look up your computer info, your display, just all kinds of things like that. So it's kind of nice to have it all in one sort of hub, as you could say. So let's get back to the presentation. So now that I've shown you a demo, you can also kind of try it yourself and take a look at the features on the Microsoft website. You can search for Windows 10 emulator. So it's kind of fun to see yourself. You can, on the different types of things that you can do, there's videos and stuff and to see how it works. Upgrade requirements. To upgrade to Windows 10, you do need to have the latest version of Windows 7 with Service Pack 1 or Windows 8 with a Windows 8.1 update. For enterprise versions, you do need to contact your IT administrator. It's a little bit different way of upgrading. They would have to do purchase of volume license instead of just sort of in-place upgrade. So that's something, yeah, you would have to contact them about. Sort of hardware requirements, you would need a 1 gigahertz or faster processor, 1 gigabytes of RAM if you have 32-bit, or 2 gigabytes of RAM for 64-bit. Sorry, I'm trying to speed through this because it's just all hardware stuff and technical stuff. DirectX 9 or later graphics, and an 8x600 display. Pretty much, if you have a pretty recent computer, this is pretty minimal, and you would definitely like reach or have at least all of these requirements. And if you're unsure, Dell has a really nice, their manufacturer website is really nice. Just go to Dell.com, click on support and product support, enter in your service tag, and kind of look at the info for your computer, and it will tell you if you meet the requirements if you have any questions. I'm not sure about any other manufacturer, but my laptop's a Dell, and I tested it, so I'm sure others have it as well. To check what operating system you have, for Windows 7 or Vista, you go to Start, right-click on the computer, and then select Properties to bring you to the System menu, and you can see which Windows edition you have. For Windows 8, you would go to the Charms bar, select Settings, select PC and Devices, get PC info, and then under Windows, in the same Systems menu, you would see the Windows edition that you have. How to upgrade. If you have all the latest updates, you will get a notification like this one right here. You will get this Windows icon in your notification tray that you're ready to upgrade to Windows 10. So you would make a reservation, and you would wait for it to notify you that your update has arrived and you're ready to install. The big thing you want to do before you do an update is back up your data. When you do the update, you should have an option of what to keep, and if you have Windows 7, it should keep everything, but just in case, back up your data. And also, if you have any programs, make sure you have the keys just in case you need to reinstall them. But it is always good to back everything up. So once you're ready and have everything backed up, go ahead and install Windows 10. If you do have any issues, we're always here for help. I have my contact info, in our contact info in a couple of slides down, or right here. So does anyone have any questions? And if you do need to reach me, my contact info is here, BrandyMar@cssworks.com, or just general info at CSSWorks. I will be out of the country the next couple of weeks, so if you do have any recent questions or any questions pretty soon, you can just email info@cssworks.com or call the office at 630-379-0330. And that should be it for today's webinar. Does anyone have any questions?